Good afternoon and welcome to the Oregon College Application Week Coordinator Training. This is a specialized training for those who are interested in learning about a resource that can help you prepare students to be ready to submit an application during your November College Application Week events. We're calling this training Students Need a Plan. It's a plan, and that's because we are going to be highlighting the it's a plan checklists that are available via Oregon Goes to College. Oregon Goes to College is a statewide initiative sponsored by Oregon Gear Up, just like Oregon College Application Week is a statewide initiative sponsored by Oregon Gear Up. It's a plan is a series of checklists for students, families, and educators. In the senior year, these checklists are monthly checklists that helped to break down the complicated processes of the college search, application, and matriculation tasks. The year for seniors is divided into three key steps: apply, pay, and go. The apply portion of the year is designed specifically to ensure that students who complete all of the steps in that section are prepared to complete or to participate in your college application week event and complete an application during the month of November. So the apply part of the year is September, October, and November. That's primarily what we're going to be talking about today, but all of these materials are available over the course of the full year, so you could continue using them to help students with the pay and go pieces. The checklists are available on our website. We also have downloadable checklists and tools that educators can access for use in classrooms or with families. And we're going to talk about what those written materials or what those downloadable materials are that are available. Then we'll talk about how you can access those. And then also I'll give you a sense of what the website looks like for students or families who might be interested in going directly online and not using the written materials or using them together. All of the checklists are synced together, so everything that students are learning at a particular time of the year is also available for families to learn at that time of the year, and there are educator tools to help with those pieces as well. So let's take a look at what the downloadable materials look like. At the heart of everything are these checklists for educators, students, and families. And in the senior year, those exist for every month. So what you see on the screen right now is a sample of what October checklists look like. And you can see that we have checklists for educators, for students, and for families. Family checklists are also available in Spanish. And you'll notice that they look very similar but have a few differences. So for example, the all 6 tasks during the month of November are the same, and you can see that on your screen. But the messaging is slightly different, or the resources that students can access or that students and or families or educators might access are a little bit different. So students have a task that they need to do. Educators and families get some information about how they can help students complete that task. Family checklists also have conversation starters, so families can have conversations with their students related to the tasks or the primary tasks for that particular month. Every month also includes a set of very specific, the checklists oftentimes will link to specific resources that may already exist online, or in some cases might link to materials that are specially created to accompany the checklist. So for example, in October, one of the tasks that students are asked to do is to tell their story, and to do that in writing their college application or their college application essays, And so in October, one of the resources that's available to accompany the checklists is a series of tips for writing application essays for students, and also includes sample questions from both the Common Application and from Oregon universities and scholarship applications. And so you see just a snippet of what those look like here. In addition, every month also includes specific ways to communicate these action items with students, including posters, school announcements, Facebook posts, and text message notices that could also, for example, be used on Twitter feeds. And I'm just going to show you what each of those looks like. This is a sample. These are sample posters in the month of October because there are 6 tasks. There are 6 downloadable posters that you could print in color. They're also designed to look just as good in black and white. And so these can be posted around your school, or we know some schools, for example, will do things like post them on student lockers to remind students of what their tasks for that particular week or time of the year are. We also have a series of Facebook posts, and so these are weekly Facebook posts that again are linked back directly to the tasks for that particular week. So this is one example. We try to insert a little bit of humor in those. In addition, we have some sample school announcements. So for every week and every task that students have, we have provided text for a school announcement that you could give over the PA if that was something that was a way, if that's a way that working with your students or that you get information to students in an effective way. We also provide provide the text for text messages. So these are designed to be the appropriate number of characters for a text message. Again, these are designed to be weekly text messages. The toolkits that educators can download with all of this information has the text for these messages, but we also have an opportunity for students or families to receive messages directly from Oregon Goes to College. If that's something that you're interested in, you can see that there are three different options. The It's a Plan option is student text messages. We also have family text messages available in both English and Spanish. Those are It's a Plan Parents and Es un Plan. And those are messages that, again, are synchronized with the student message, but is directed specifically to the audience of families who are helping students with this process. We also sometimes use those text messages as tweets. So the Oregon Goes to College Twitter account is regularly posting once per week the message that is also being sent out over text. So if Twitter is what works with your families or your students, those messages are available, or that text is available for that. If you prefer, you can follow or like us either on Twitter or on Facebook, and you can see those our addresses there. We will post the Facebook images and the Twitter messages every week, and you can go in and share those to your folks if you'd rather do it that way. But again, you could also simply upload them to your own Twitter or Facebook accounts every week. So those are the resources that are available, or the downloadable materials that are available that will help students in preparing for their application process. I'd like to show you how you can access those. They are available on the Oregon Goes to College website, but I want to walk you through very specifically how you get to those so that you can download those resources, and then we'll talk about what other tools are available on the website or things that students and their families might see. So if we start at OregonGoesToCollege.org, this is a screenshot of the home page. And so to download the materials, you're going to follow the path that I'm taking you on now. You'll see that I've circled each of the buttons that we're going to click in red, and I'll show you that. So to download the materials, we're going to, on the front page, choose the It's a Plan menu option. And then we'll scroll down just a little and find the drop-down menu for educators and select 12th grade in the educator section. Alternatively, you could just click the green educators button, and then you'll have an option to pick 12th grade from there. Once you do that, you'll find the full 12th grade checklist for educators on this page. You can't see it on your screen right now, but if you were to be doing this live on the website, you would be able to scroll down and see what the educator checklist looks like. But you'll also, and this is what's important in terms of downloading materials, find a button for downloadable checklists for all the grades. In fact, you'll find this button on any of the educator checklist pages. So however you might get there, whether it's through 12th grade or middle school or somewhere else, you'll find this download PDF checklist for students, families, and educators there. So once you click on that, you will find the 12th grade monthly toolkits. Because they are so robust, you'll need to download one for each month. So you can see that there's one for September, one for October, one for November, etc. Each month's toolkit contains all of the items that we just went through. So it has all of the checklists for each educators, students, and families, also in Spanish. It also has all of the templates for text messages and school announcements and all posters, all of those things. So that's how you can get to those. And then if we go back to that, the main It's a Plan page, this should look familiar to you. We had clicked on educators before, and now I want to take a look at what students see when they come to the website. So if you want students to use the website in conjunction with the downloadable materials, or maybe even just the downloadable materials just the website without the downloads, that's possible, and here's how that works. And so we're going to look again at the 12th grade for students and what that looks like. The students' 12th grade checklist reminds students about the text messaging program, so you can see that up at the top. But it also contains simplified checklists for each month, all of which open to provide even more details and access to resources. So these are the same basic, so what you see here on September, for example, you see make a post-high school plan. That's the same thing that a student would see on the posters, for example, in the downloadable materials. That really clear, it's a statement of what their task is. So let's take a look at November. These then open up to provide even more information, and so I've scrolled down and I'm looking at November now because November is college application month. November's checklist might look familiar to you because it's the same checklist that shows on the College Application Week student page. And if we open those up within each task, you'll see that there's more information and links to any resources a student might need. So for example, students should be prepared to apply before they sit down to do so. That includes gathering all of the required information for their applications. And so clicking on that link brings students to the college application worksheet that you are likely familiar with because of previous trainings or your prior work with College Application Week. And this worksheet is available for download here, but also from the coordinator resource page. The worksheet is designed specifically for students in Oregon and is organized so that the first page contains information requested for almost all applications. And students who will be applying to a public university in Oregon would need to complete the second page, and students applying to private or out-of-state schools would need to complete the bottom half of the second page. So again, this is a familiar sheet to you, but all of the things that students would need to prepare for applying to college are available via your coordinator resources, but also via the website on It's a Plan pages. If we go back to the student page, you'll remember that the 12th grade is divided into 3 key components: apply, pay, and go. And so when students are beginning to look for what are those key components of paying and going, clicking on those will bring up, clicking on those keys that you, or those buttons that you see there highlighted in red, will bring up the next month's programs as well, or the next month's checklists as well. In case you didn't catch it before when we were looking through, this is that educator download page. It is true, it's a plan. Checklists for students, educators, and families are available for middle school through 11th grade as well. These are slightly less robust in that they are yearly checklists rather than monthly checklists, but they have just as much really good information about what students and families and educators can do to help students begin preparing or thinking about the college process. And so we definitely encourage you to check those out. If you have any questions about these resources or how you might use them, I would love to answer them. Please do feel free to send me an email or give me a call. Talk with others who are doing college application week or might be using the It's a Plan materials. We're interested in hearing what you have to say about them. We're also interested in hearing about how you implement them in your schools. But we sure hope that you are finding ways to help your students prepare for the college application process. And we think It's a Plan is a pretty good way to do that if you're looking for an option that will help keep students on track in a weekly, thoughtful kind of way. So again, if you have questions, please do feel free to give me a call and or send me an email, and I'll do my best to help you out. Otherwise, thanks for participating, and we will look forward to your events. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.